You have to really be lucky. I consider myself very lucky. I think not only do you have to be lucky, I mean, you have to be prepared so that if you do get a chance, at least
You're ready.
you're ready, you know? I mean, it doesn't help you to get lucky and you're not prepared.
That's
you're
right.
dead.
Success is where luck meets preparation. In that clip at the start of the video, it was Joe Pesci. Joe Pesci is a very famous and successful actor. He's been in movies like Raging Bull, like Goodfellas, like Casino. And in that clip, he was talking about his journey to becoming a successful actor. And he was saying at the start of his career, it was really hard for him to get roles. And he found it hard to break into acting. But what I found interesting about that interview when I came across it was he said, you have to be lucky. And when I first saw that clip, I was very intrigued by what Joe Pesci said. I just want to clarify that when I talk about luck, I don't mean it in some supernatural or mystical kind of sense. I mean it in a way that luck is everything that we don't really have control of and we don't really have much influence over. Like, for example, the situation you're born into. You could be born into a very wealthy family or you could be born into a poor family. Either way, the situation you're born into is out of your control, yet it can benefit you either way. But later I'm going to get into why, despite being in a lucky situation or luck occurring to you, why it might not actually benefit you as much as one might think. So let's sort of dissect my initial claim. Success is where luck meets preparation. So let's break it into a few different examples. Think about it like this. If you win the lottery, you've got to be lucky. People would say you're a lucky person. Really, it's probability, but despite that, very low probability to win the lottery. So you're lucky. It's not really in your control whether you win the lottery or not. Anyways, here's where the prepared part comes in. Okay, you're lucky, you win the lottery. But if you're not prepared, how well can you use that luck? You've probably heard many stories about people who win the lottery, but then they go bankrupt in only a few years after they win. And the way I see that is the person who won wasn't prepared. They were probably irresponsible with their money, and because they weren't responsible or they didn't have the right financial literacy, then that lucky opportunity sort of turned into nothing. Good luck and bad luck can meet anyone. Luck can meet someone, but it doesn't make the person. Here's another example. I saw a video a while ago where a kid was given two options. One option was he could pick a pack of cookies, and the other option was he could choose a $100 bill. Now, this was a little kid, so he had no concept of money and its worth. So of course, the kid picked the bag of cookies. From my point of view, I would say that it would have been better to pick the $100 bill, because if he picked the $100, then he could have bought a bunch more cookies. But that's just the thing. The kid wasn't prepared, and preparation comes in many different forms. Preparation could mean consistency. It could mean knowledge. It could mean working towards getting the right opportunities. It could be just working hard every day towards whatever your goal is. Being prepared could simply be just being able to recognize a good opportunity when you see one. Because what's it worth being lucky if you don't even know if you're lucky? That's the thing. Luck also comes in various forms. When you're faced with a golden opportunity, when you get lucky, there's not going to be some sign in front of you saying this is the opportunity of a lifetime. That's just not going to happen. Sometimes when you get lucky, you might not know it. It might not be obvious. And sometimes it can be a risk. And the thing is, hard work will increase your chances of getting that opportunity or getting that one good day where maybe it could change your life. The way I see it, hard work does not guarantee success. There is no guaranteed way to become successful. Of course, hard work is something that will increase your chances of success, but it can't guarantee it. Let's think of it in the context of actors. Some actors spend their whole life trying to just get that big role, trying to get their big break, and it might not ever happen. Even if that actor is so good, maybe even better than other famous actors, they still might not make it. And that's why I say hard work doesn't guarantee success. And some people, they might not really work hard at all, but they get that lucky shot and then they become famous or whatever. There is no guarantees. Let's put it this way. Practically everyone wants to be successful, right? Everyone has goals or dreams or aspirations. Obviously they vary, but practically everyone has goals. They want to be successful in some way, shape, or form. So let's put it through some filters. Take this. This is everyone who wants to be successful. And this filter is hard work. How many people are actually willing to work towards their goals? Okay, you put it through that filter. Now you're left with this many people. You've lost the majority of everyone. So now we have this smaller group, much smaller group, and let's put it through another filter. Even though these people are working hard, they might be working so hard their whole life. This filter is a big determinant of, well, success. How many of these people are actually going to get lucky? How many of these people are going to get that golden opportunity or take that risk that gives them the life of their dreams? And you put that group through this filter and you have practically nothing. Of course, the amount of preparation and I guess luck you might need varies depending on what success means to you. If you want to be an actor and you want to be some very famous actor, you want to be in blockbuster films and be seen in the theater, you're going to have to be really lucky because so many people have that dream and hardly anyone makes it. And there's so many factors that are out of your control when it comes to things like that. But here's another situation. Let's say you want to be a doctor. Still, you got to be lucky. I mean, you have to be able to get into the right schools. You have to be able to pass the tests. But these things are, in my opinion, less luck-based and more preparation-based. And still, preparation. Even if you don't believe in luck, you have to believe in preparation. In order to get into medical school, you have to pass an extremely difficult test, the MCAT. And if you want to pass that, you have to be prepared. You have to study. You have to do all these things. And passing might not be luck, but it is preparation. But you can't deny that success must be grounded in some sort of consistency and some sort of preparedness. We don't necessarily control our own destinies. There's so many things out of our control, and what's interesting is when you see successful people talk, not all of them, but a lot of them act like everything was their own doing. All of it. And for some of them, that might actually be true. But I'd argue that a lot of the time, there's things that happen to us, whether it be good or bad, that we can't give ourselves credit for. And what I call that is luck. And like I said, not luck in a supernatural sense, but just in a sense that it's everything that we don't control, everything that isn't a direct result of our own actions. It's kind of an interesting topic because we like to think that we control all these things, but we really don't. And that's not to say because we don't control things that we shouldn't put blame on ourselves for our lack of success, but it's also to say that we can't guarantee what the next thing that is going to happen in our lives. I don't really know where I'm going with this video. I mean, we'll see how it goes when I edit it, but I feel like I'm all over the place, so let me know. I had a lot of this planned out in my head, and I tried recording this a couple days ago, but it just didn't work out, so now I'm recording it again. We'll see how this all pans out. I just want to make sure I don't miss any ideas, but let me know your thoughts. Thanks for watching.
I recently was asked by someone who needed to know how much I thought, what percentage exactly I thought my career was due to luck. And I loathe percentages and lists and better and worse and winner and loser and all of that. And I was ready to pounce on the man until I thought, hang on, I can give him an answer. I know exactly to the dot what percentage I owe to luck. 100. And I just thought I'd share this story to put my merit for this in perspective and context here. Thank you very much.